Hey everybody, so where are we today? Today's the 21st of January, new moon. So I've been saying now for a long time, especially this past year, pretty steady and continuously, the contracts are up. Get your work done. Align your column of light. What isn't serving you needs to be recognized, brought to the forefront of your awareness, and consciously adjusted accordingly, or even dissolved, resolved, and let go. So this is happening as I've been talking about it more on your personal level. It's because you're going to be able to see it now on the arena of the world stage. So let those beings do their work in whatever arena they're doing it in, and you focus on staying in your lane and working on yourself. So when I say contracts are up, I'm saying to you, relationships with self is your number one, right? So in relationship to self, what isn't serving you? And in that relationship to self, what's your intimate relationship with others? Whether it's a partner, children, jobs, demographics, furniture, clothing, whatever. It's not serving you. You recognize it, you bring it to the forefront, and you consciously weed through to release old attachments and energies to make room for new, right? So we're going to see this more and more in the political arena. We're going to see this more and more on the religious forefronts. We're going to see this more and more on the in-house fighting I've been talking about. We're going to see this more and more on other things. But I strongly suggest, while you're really working on strengthening and stabilizing your relationship to self, your column of light, your direct antenna, anchoring you from Mother Earth to Father Sky, I would encourage you to stay away from what you're hearing everywhere else and comparing yourself to what everybody else is saying and doing. My agenda and my missions and my paths on my journey spiritually through my physical avatar may be a little different than yours. And how are you going to find that out if you're listening to what everybody else is doing and comparing yourself to that? Taking a step back, asking your God self. And the other thing I was asked recently is, where do I get my messages? Well, I get my messages from my big sister team, my big brother team. That's the only place I get messages, is my higher self, if you want to call it that, is my God source connection. And then I recently heard, astrology-wise, from someone I know and trust, that there's some planetary alignment that's ending certain things. And I'm like, whoa, I've been saying that now for quite some time. Isn't that interesting? But I don't get my information from those avenues. I don't get my information by getting bits and pieces of what other people are saying. It's just a knowingness that I get. And lots of times I don't even share what I know because it's not really important most of the time. I only share when Spirit will say, this can help empower someone else. And then they'll say, stop, drop, sit, turn on that video, we'll tell you what to say, and then I go. I rarely make notes or thoughts on any of it. Just like right now, I'm headed out the door and they were like, nope, go back, sit down for a minute, put this video out, and then things just come to me and it goes in the format of me just talking from the space of my heart where my spirit has primary domain, and out of the domain of what I've been entrained right? And then let them all work hand in hand. But the egoic mental monkey mind is no longer my dominant driving force. My dominant driving force is my spiritual higher self that is housed and maneuvers through life through this physical avatar. So we have to work as a unit. We're just one. We've meshed so much that we're one. It's like anyone that's been married for a long time or has had a really good friend for a long time. You kind of know what the other person's thinking. You can finish their sentences. You can show up wearing almost the same outfit. You all know what I'm talking about. And that's what happens when you encompass and house fully embodying the soul, the spirit, the physical, creating this multi-dimensional connection with less corruption when you in tune to that. And that's kind of it for this video. Because I'm not hearing, seeing, or getting any more messages. Sometimes people don't do anything until they see signs of something. Because it's like, prove it to me. And then they'll go, oh yeah, I knew that all along, but I just... Well, okay. Run along, little doggies. It's time to gather. I'm hoping that many of you have been doing your work before this moment in time. And awareness and awakening isn't finding all your information out here. It's clicking into, this isn't working for me. Something's just not right with the way I've been trained with that. I'm going to consciously go in here and tweak and change and adapt to the way it works for me. And I'm okay with that. I don't have to explain that to anybody. That is what starts the energy and the engine of awareness. And then you tap into your own information, your own abilities. The other day I was saying gift because it just kind of came through is that everybody has the same present, the same gift. It's all maybe wrapped a little bit differently and you haven't taken the time to go through it, but we're all very talented, more talented than you've ever realized we're talented. And we all have direct connection and we don't need it from any entrained program out there to tell us. So, for those of you who have been really working on this and cleaning out the corners of your mind, I think there's a song on that. And that's a metaphor for many things, okay? And you're saying, I need to reevaluate, and then I need to evaluate what I'm going to bring in. And if I'm vibrating here, I don't want to bring in a whole lot of down here because it's just gonna, so I want to look at things over here that can help me even start to elevate in a different energetic sequence than what you're accustomed to. And then you can listen to, the orchestra that you're building and the instruments in which you'd like to have be a part of that. And you'll realize what doesn't work, but you can only do that through fun and play. And really conscious thinking and planning. Okay? So no more living off the subconscious autopilot of old programming, which is why I do regression work. I help you empty all that out and figure out, that doesn't serve me. Or, hey, that's the answer to what I'm going through right now. Or, oh my gosh, I had no idea those treasures or nuggets of gold were there all along because they were covered up by all the other crap. There's a lot of vintage stuff up here. Some of it is freaking amazing. And some of it just needs to go. Because it has to enhance your today now moment. Your today of today in the present now. And that sounds so like what everybody else is saying, and I get it. But it does kind of boil down to keeping it spiritually simple. All right? Your columns of living, loving, breathing, walking light. Own it. Be in it. If I can help along this way, embodimentofthesoul.com. Don't make an appointment there. Email me. My email, everything is on that site. Email me directly, and we will set up getting you on this path, or wherever you are on the path, getting you moving in ways that will really benefit, and you'll find great value and life changing in an amazing way on this journey. All right? Please like, subscribe, and share this video because it helps the algorithms, and I greatly appreciate that, so that other people that may not be aware of the work that I do or the messages that my higher self and I team up and give out, and this helps to rotate this video so it's shared as well. All right? So much love.